Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is the What Would You Make challenge, and I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. So with all of that, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number one. So I had this big wood, I don't know what you want to call it, wood round that I got after spring last year. It was 75% off at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to paint the middle of it with my Snow White, and I'm going to paint the back and the trim of it with my antique wax. So keep an eye out for these things, you guys. Right now, I think they're 50% off. When they hit 75% off, these are a great thing to get. Then I'm going to tape off the middle here using my painter's tape. I'm going to create some stripes, and I'm just going across it with my painter's tape using a little piece of my painter's tape as the spacer to make sure that the lines are even. And then I'm also making sure, because the tape wasn't wanting to go down straight, so I'm just using that spacer on all sides, middle and all sides of those lines. And then I'm going to paint it with Waverly chalk paint in the color Lacquer. Once it was all dry, I took a 12-inch wood round from Dollar Tree and filled in the hanger holes with my lightweight spackling, also from Dollar Tree. And then I painted it with Folk Arts Midnight Blue acrylic paint. I got that at Hobby Lobby. And then after that was dry, I took this stencil that I got a couple of years back from Amazon, and I'm just taking my white chalk paint and I'm just pouncing it all over my stencil there. And then once it was dry, I took some stars that I got recently from Amazon and I laid them on some painter's tape, and I'm painting them with Decor Arts Glorious Gold. Now, unfortunately, Hobby Lobby has quit selling Decor Art, which I am so bummed about. So now I think I have to look at it for it on either Plaid Online or Amazon. Anyways, I love some of their colors and it kind of bummed me out. Anyways, I'm going to glue those stars on my round using my Type Bond glue. Now, I saw a picture. I got this inspiration from a picture I saw on Facebook. And of course, when I was recreating it, I couldn't find the picture for anything. And so I did mine different, which I usually will do my stuff a little different anyways. But then, of course, when I got it all done, I realized I had screenshotted that picture and had it on my phone. Oh my goodness. But anyways, I don't know who created this to begin with. I just had the screenshot of the picture. I think it's something that someone's selling on Etsy or something. I don't remember. But I'm adding my own flair to it. I'm going to use some of my favorite braided jute cord and wrap that around, or glue it around the inside just to smooth out those edges. Then I took some more of that braided jute cord and I tied knots on the ends, and I'm just going to staple it in to the top for my hanger. And then I just took some of this beautiful ribbon. I bought this, I think, last year from Amazon. I loved that it's two-sided. It's got the stripes on one side and the stars on the other. And so you could use it anyway. And I decided to use the star side. So I'm just doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle. I'm going to hold it there with some jute twine. Just going to tie a knot around it. And then after I had that all nice and tight, I'm going to trim that off, and then I'm going to dovetail the ends. And basically you're just going to fold and cut at an angle, and that is how you dovetail the ends. Anyways, after that, I went ahead and glued it to the bottom of my sign, and then I decided to take my stapler and go ahead and staple it too, just because that hot glue doesn't always stay. And I absolutely love this. I got to quit making things that I love because I'm running out of wall space. I'm going to have to just start alternating the stuff that I put up. But I just love this one. I hope you do too. Okay, it is the What Would You Make challenge, and I host this on the fourth Sunday of every month along with Christine with Divine Design. And of course, we have to make everything with wood. And we asked Adia with DIY with Adia to be our guest host. She is really sweet and very talented. So make sure you check out her channel if you haven't already and subscribe to her, as well as Christine's and the playlist. I will have links to all three of them in my description box below. Okay, DIY number 2. I took one of these stars from Dollar Tree, and they also had this package of stars. I've had this package for a while, and I am going to use them. So I'm going to trace out the bigger star on that cardboard, and then I'm going to cut that out. Now, this is an inspiration from Hobby Lobby. They have this sign. I see it advertised all the time, and every time I see it, I remembered I had those packages of stars, and I thought, I could probably make that pretty easily. So that's what I planned on doing. So after I had that star cut out, I'm going to spritz it down with some water, and I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes, and then I'm just going to tear off all of that top layer of the cardboard so that we have the corrugated layer showing. And that part, it shows I'm just pulling up little strips, but it got easier as I went up. So after I had that all removed, I'm going to use my Type Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue. I'm going to go all around my wood star and with that, and then I'm going to glue that corrugated cardboard right to it, just like that. And after that, I'm going to use some little clamps to kind of clamp it down and hold it in place for a few minutes while I continue on with my projects. Then I painted it with my lacquer color by Waverly, and then I painted the next biggest star, the middle star, with the Midnight by Folk Art, and the smallest star with my Snow White by Waverly. I took my Cricut and created this saying, imprinted it out, cut it out, and I used my white paint to go over it. I used I used stencil vinyl, and then I'm removing all the vinyl from that. Then I'm going to, on the small one, I'm going to use my painter's tape to create stripes again. And then I'm going to paint it with my lacquer color. I'm going to paint the stripes with my lacquer color. I almost forgot what I did. And after that was all painted and dried, I'm going to take this paper. This is just some scrap paper from, I don't know, I think this is from Hobby Lobby, this paper. I've traced it like you saw, and then I'm just going to use my Mod Podge. I'm just going to brush it along that tracing that I created, and I'm being very careful to try and stay within inside that line. And then after that, I'm going to let it dry. Once it was dry, I'm going to cover it with parchment paper to protect that paper, and then I'm going to go over it with my heat press to reset that or reactivate that Mod Podge so that my paper sticks to it. And then I just turn around and I use a razor blade to just cut off that paper all around the star. You could also use a sanding block if you want to sand it off that way. Then I took some little blocks from Dollar Tree here, and I'm going to hot glue it to the back of the blue star. And then I am going to figure out where it needs to go, and I'm going to glue it to the red star to the side. And then I took another block and I put it in between because it was a little flimsy there. Then I took 2 blocks and glued it to the back of the white one because this needed to stick out a little bit more than that brown or the blue one. And then I'm going to glue that. Now, if you recreate this, you could paint those blocks. I was tired of painting, so I didn't. And I'll probably go back and repaint them. But I'm going to add some couple more blocks to the back just to give it was standing up okay, but I wanted it to be a little more stable. I got this from Hobby Lobby as well. You can get some at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use my handy dandy cutters that Kathy Jo got me for Christmas. I just love them. Or was it my birthday? I don't even know anymore. She gets behind on sending me my gifts, so I don't remember what it was for. She just got me this gift. Anyways, I'm going to cut those off. And I'm going to use my hot glue. And I decided this isn't what they did with theirs, the Hobby Lobby, but I decided to make something a little different with mine. And then I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to tape them together. And I thought that would be just the easiest way to glue them. And I put some tape around it. And then I put some tape around the bottom just to continue to make sure that they're going to be held in place nicely. And then I think I went more around that with some more tape. Anyways, then I'm going to glue it to the back of that. And there it is. I just think it looks fun that you don't have to do the frilly things there. I just thought with this being the birthday, why not, right? I hope you guys are enjoying this What Would You Make challenge. I say it every single month. I love working with wood, and this is one of my favorite challenges. It has been for, let's see, I started in 2021, and I think I started, yeah, because we moved in 2021. So yeah, it's been 5 years of What Would You Make? And I've enjoyed every single month of those 5 years. Anyways, I am so glad you guys are here and support my channel. You guys I don't think you know how much I appreciate you guys and how much it means to me when you comment on my video. And it just makes me feel like we're one big family, and I just love that. And I hope you do too. And if you're new here and you like home decor on a budget and you like crafting, I would love it if you'd hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family as well. And my name is Brenda, and this is my Oliver. I know my name isn't in my channel name, so I always like to try and mention what my name is. It's really frustrating sometimes when I go to watch a video and comment on a video and don't know the person's name and can't find it anywhere on their channel. So I really try my best to put out there what my name is to help you all get to know me. Anyways, I'm not going to continue chatting much longer because we have a playlist to get to. So just a quick reminder, if you enjoyed today's video and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe before you go. Give me that thumbs up, comment, and hype this video. I would really appreciate it. And if you know someone who likes crafting and you think they might enjoy it, hit that share button and share it with them as well. So with all of that, let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 3. So I have this 12 by 12 wood hanging sign from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. I painted the back and just the edges of the front, and then I'm going to go over it with some Mod Podge. Just going to brush it all over the front of my sign, and I'm going to let that dry. Once it was dry, I took some of this paper. This came from a paper pack that I got a few years back from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to lay that down and go over it with my heat press. Now, you could always, if you want to recreate this, use any other kind of paper that you might have. I just wanted to use up some of this paper because I've had it for a while, and yeah, I need to use it. And then I just went over it with a really light coat of Mod Podge. You want to be careful that if you don't put too much so that it doesn't bubble up. I'm going to then, once it was dry, sand off all the extra there. And then I have this Easter sign. I've had this for a couple of years too from Dollar Tree. And I decided this would be perfect for what I wanted to do. So I'm going to remove the hanger, and I'm going to use my heat gun here to remove the raised parts of this sign. I wanted this to sit flat against my sign. So I'm just going to use my spatula there, or whatever you call it, and remove all those raised pieces. Then I'm going to tape off the very top part of it, and I'm going to paint the bottom part with my midnight color. Once that was dry, I removed the tape and I painted the top part with that Glorious Gold by Decor Art. Once they were dry, I created another stencil with my Cricut, and I know I hate doing more than once on a video, but I just really wanted to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a few weeks now, and I thought this would be the best time. So I went over that with my white chalk paint, let it dry, and then removed my vinyl here. I just love this part. I just think this turned out so pretty. And then I went ahead and used my weeding tool to poke holes through that paper where the hanger holes are. That way we can add another hanger there. So I'm just going through that, making sure it's big. And then I'm going to use my Titebond glue again to glue this sign to the front of my square sign. Just like that. And once that's on there, and make sure it's all straight, I'm going to take some of my favorite braided jute cord again, and I'm just going to finish this sign off by going all around it. I felt like it needed a little something more. I thought about putting a bow on it, but I didn't want it to be too busy looking with that paper. So I instead just used that jute cord, that braided jute cord that I love, and made a hanger. Then I took a few of these small stars that I got from Amazon, painted them with the lacquer, and I decided just go ahead and glue a few of them onto my sign here. I felt like it just needed a little more red to match with the color behind it. If I was thinking, I would have made this blue just a little bit lighter to match with the paper a little bit better, but I still like it. I hope you like it too. But yeah, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And that's why we need to pray over this country and make sure the Spirit stays here. Okay, it is a celebration of your recreations. And Liz, look at her beautiful pieces. Look, she even has that star piece from Hobby Lobby that I just recreated. I love it. Liz, you made some beautiful pieces there. I love your whole display. And Stephanie, I love her little patriotic Americana box. I love it. Just so vintage and nice. And then we have Linda. She made all these little lovely pieces for a shower, I think it was. Or tea. A tea. Yeah, a tea. Anyways, thank you, ladies. And if you have something that you've created that you would like me to showcase, you can email pictures to rusticandlacediy@gmail.com, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. And a big thank you to Candace, who sent me 3 coffees for my birthday. I truly appreciate it. And then somebody else sent me a coffee but didn't leave a name. And oh my goodness, thank you so much. And if you would like to send me some money for my coffee or craft stash habit, you can do it through my Buy Me a Coffee account, the QR code there, or www.buymeacoffee.com/rustic and lace. I think it's just rustic and lace. I don't think it's DIY. Okay, here's DIY number 4. I'm gonna take some wood shims here, and I bought these at Home Depot, and I'm going to use the whole package. It was like $1.78 for the package. And I'm just going to glue them together using my Titebond glue and making sure all the thin side of it are all together and the thicker side is all together. Hopefully you understand what that means. But then once I had them all glued together, one end is thinner, one end is thicker. I just used some painter's tape to hold them in place while my glue set. And then once it was done, I painted it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory. Then I'm going to use my painter's tape to tape off the top and then make some stripes on the bottom. Now, this is not my original creation. I saw this on Facebook. Actually, it was Pinterest, but it was from someone on Facebook. And I think the Facebook account name is, Burlap Kitchen. That's what it is. And I didn't look her up on Facebook. I just saw it and I thought this was so stinking cute. I wanted to do it. And so yes, so I did kind of make it my own. Didn't do everything the way she did it, but I love the way this came out. I think it's adorable. Anyways, once I had that all taped, I'm going to paint the top part of it with my Midnight Color by Folk Art. And I'm going to paint the front, the sides, and the back. And then once I was done with that, I'm going to paint the stripes. Nope, I'm sorry. I'm going to take a Jumbo Craft stick from Walmart. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to paint that with that Midnight Color as well. Then when I was done with that, I went ahead and took my lacquer and I painted the stripes on the bottom part of my wood piece here. And after that, I'm going to use my Titebond glue to glue the craft stick to the top of my, well, I guess I'll tell you what it is. It's a little Uncle Sam. I took 4 of these really mini size stars from Amazon, painted them with the ivory, and then used my Titebond glue to glue them in place there. And then I took a paintbrush with water and wiped off all that extra glue that was seeping out. And then I took a black marker and I'm just going to color in the eyes. I'm just kind of looking at it, trying to make sure that they're even, because it's really easy for me to make them not even. Anyways, I'm going to take a 10 millimeter, no, a 10, I don't know what it is, a number 10 half bead and glue it for the nose. And then I had some mop from Dollar Tree, and I cut some little strands. I had one of the big strands, you unravel it and they make the littler strands. So I unraveled it, made some little strands. I'm gluing them in place here with my hot glue, and as you can see, some of them were a little long, so I'm just going to trim them all down, try and make them all about the same size. And then I'm going to glue on the rest of them using my hot glue here. And then I wanted to finish off the edge because I thought, oh, it kind of looks funny on the top there. So I took a couple more strands, I cut them down, and I'm just going to glue them above. So it kind of looks like a mustache over the beard, I think. That's how I look at it. Anyways, I'm going to then take 4 of the larger blocks. I got these from Dollar Tree. I haven't seen them at Dollar Tree for a while. You can usually find them at Five Below, but I hear that they're $6 now. They're normally $3 at Dollar Tree. But I glued 2 of them together. So we had 2 sets of 2. And then I'm going to glue those together using my Titebond and hot glue. Again, the Titebond glue is permanent hold. The hot glue is for immediate hold. So I can work a little faster. And then I painted it with my ivory color. Once it was dry, I took my drill and I drilled a hole on each side. Not all the way through, but probably about halfway through. Then I'm going to use my Titebond glue again here. I'm going to glue this onto my base that I created. And I'm going to also add my hot glue so I can continue to work. I don't know why I used hot glue really, because it's just going to sit there and it would have been fine. But I did. So anyways, I'm going to fill up the holes with my Titebond glue and add my little flags. These came from Hobby Lobby. I had some from Dollar Tree, but they were just really big. They were a lot bigger than I thought. So I just used the Hobby Lobby ones. Then I had painted these wood letters. They're 1.5 inch from Hobby Lobby as well. And I painted them with that midnight color. And I'm going to go over doing some stitch lines with my white paint marker. You guys, Hobby Lobby really isn't a bad place to shop for crafting when they have their 40% off. You can really find some really good deals. But anyways, I'm just going to use my Titebond glue and glue those on. I wish I would have glued these a little closer and added a star, a red star on each side. I was thinking about that when I was editing this morning, but I still love the way it came out. I hope you do too. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. And the final reveal is coming right up. We're at the end already. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think I might do one more patriotic video in the next few weeks, but yeah, because I just have more ideas. But anyways, make sure you check out Adia's channel as well as Christine's and the playlist. And I will be back again on Thursday with another video. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Memorial Day and a wonderful week. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.